Hey everyone. Wow, there's a lot going on with the weather across India today. We've got soaking rains on the coasts, storms brewing up north. It's a busy day. So let's just dive right in and break down what's driving all of this.
So you got to be asking, what's behind all this activity? Well, it's not just one thing. Nope. It's actually this fascinating mashup of some really powerful weather systems, all coming together to create, well, kind of a perfect storm of conditions across the whole country.
Okay, so to really get what's happening today, we need to zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. And that big picture is this. We're now officially in the final month of the Southwest Monsoon season.
Yep, September is the monsoon's last hurrah. But don't let that fool you, because it is not going out with a whimper. Oh no. In fact, in some parts of the country, it's actually about to get even stronger.
So here's the deal with the monsoon's exit plan. Right now, today, it's still very much active. And get this, it's even going to strengthen along the west coast starting tomorrow. The actual withdrawal, the beginning of the end, that's not even slated to start until around September 22nd, and it'll kick off way out in Rajasthan. So we've got a ways to go.
Okay, so if the monsoon is still hanging around, what's causing all this really intense rain? Well, the answer lies in this powerful team-up of not one, not two, but
three. 3 is the magic number for today. We're talking 3 distinct, powerful weather systems, all bumping into each other at the same time, shaping everything we're seeing from the north all the way down to the south.
All right, system number 1. We've got a brand new low-pressure area that's just moved into the Bay of Bengal. And this one is a major player for the weather along India's eastern coast. So this system's had quite a journey. It actually started way over in the South China Sea and has traveled all the way into the Bay of Bengal. Right now, it's sitting between Odisha and Visakhapatnam, and here's the key part. It's expected to get stronger, become a well-marked low in the next 24 hours. And that means, you guessed it, a lot of rain for that whole region.
System number 2, it's the Southwest Monsoon itself. Like we said, it's not fading away just yet. It's actually gearing up for another big push, especially along the western coast, and that kicks off tomorrow.
And finally, system number 3. Now this one's a bit more complicated. It's what's brewing over North India. And it's not really a single system. It's more like a dramatic clash, a real battle between two different atmospheric forces. So let me paint you a picture of this clash. Imagine on one side you have this upper air cyclonic circulation hanging out over Rajasthan. Just think of it like a giant spinning top of air high up in the sky. And then, pushing in from the other direction, you've got a westerly trough, which is basically a big wave or a dip in the atmosphere that loves to stir up trouble. When these two smash into each other, the air gets squeezed and has nowhere to go but straight up. That's called wind convergence, and it's the perfect recipe for triggering some really heavy rain.
So, okay, that's the science. But what does this big atmospheric battle actually mean for people on the ground in North India? Well, in short, it means a forecast for some very heavy rain.
And this is a pretty wide impact zone we're talking about. It covers Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Punjab, and Haryana. But, and this is important, we have to give a special word of caution for the hilly states, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, where this kind of downpour can be especially dangerous.
All right, let's completely switch gears now. We're going to head all the way down to the southern peninsula because there's a totally different set of conditions creating its own unique weather story down there today.
Okay, looking across the south, yeah, we're seeing some pretty significant rain. In Kerala, expect moderate to heavy showers, especially around places like Idukki. It's a similar story for the coastal parts of Karnataka. Now, Telangana is bracing for widespread heavy rain, and that includes Hyderabad. And then parts of Andhra Pradesh could see some very heavy downpours.
Now let's zoom in just a little bit more and get a detailed look at the forecast for Tamil Nadu, because things are a bit more mixed across the state.
So in Tamil Nadu, the rain's going to be a bit more scattered. The heaviest stuff, that's expected later this evening and overnight in districts like the Nilgiris, Theni, and Madurai. On the other hand, if you're in the Chennai or Coimbatore belts, you'll probably just see cloudy skies with some light to moderate rain. Same goes for the Delta regions and down in the southern districts. Mostly light to moderate showers there.
Whew, okay. I know that was a ton of information, covering a massive area. So let's take a breath and quickly recap the most important takeaways from today's weather.
So if you look at a map of the whole country, 3 main weather hotspots really pop out. First, you've got that heavy rain in North India. Remember, that's being caused by that big atmospheric clash.
Then across west and central India, that's the active monsoon doing its thing. And finally, along the east coast, it's all about that new low-pressure system coming in from the Bay of Bengal. See? 3 systems, 3 hotspots.
Honestly, if you only remember one thing from all this, make it this: a low-pressure area from the Bay, a strengthening monsoon on the west coast, and that atmospheric clash up north. Those are the 3 key things driving everything today.
So, that's the story for today. But you know the weather never stands still. And that low-pressure system in the Bay of Bengal, that's probably the biggest wild card on the board right now. Which leads us to one final, really important question. We know for a fact it's going to get stronger in the next 24 hours. The real question, the one that every meteorologist is going to be watching like a hawk, is this: will it get strong enough to become a cyclone? Well, we're just going to have to wait and see. Thanks for joining me for this breakdown.